everyone! This is Sang here.
And this is Chibun.
And you're listening to
Take 5 Podcast.
Welcome to Take 5 Podcast! Hyping ourselves.
I cringed a little bit.
I'm just hyping ourselves because we were AOL for so long.
I know, right?
You know that ex that tries to come back after ghosting you, like,
Yeah.
hi.
The super toxic ex. We're that.
We are trying to emulate that energy.
Mhm.
But really, we did not do this for so long, and we are very sorry about that.
Of course, we were not ignorant. It's just that we didn't have the right time, the right space
Oh my
to
god.
do this.
Yeah.
And last year, we were super busy with our personal affairs.
So many things were going on.
And my phone broke down, guys. And I was super broke to fix it.
Right? Oh my god, so many things were going on
I know.
with your phone,
All at once.
with your life, my life, our life together at the same time.
Mhm.
Like, we both were personally going through stuff, and together we were going through other stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
But so to sum it up, we were just not in the right mental, that
Space. Not even mentally, even in the right place as well.
Sort of.
Yeah.
But
So-
anyhow, we're back.
And now we are back. It's New Year. 2023, we are back.
Oh, and Happy New Year.
Happy
guys.
New Year, everyone. Hope
We
you...
missed you and we're so happy to be back.
Yep. So, today we are thinking to talk about how last year had been so crazy. And we just want to talk about that, and hopefully if there's anything that we have learned, all the things that we want to practice in 2023.
Yeah. Things that we learned and relearned as well.
True. So what other things? You want to go first? Talk about your year. How was your year?
2022 was a blend between setbacks and comebacks for me. There were days when something as simple as getting up from my bed felt like a difficult task, and days when I had the best time of my life, most which were unplanned and spontaneous. And I'm sure you are aware
Yeah.
of those moments. A lot didn't happen as the way I personally expected, but a lot happened out of which I derived lessons that I know for sure in guarantee help me in the long run. What about you?
Well, there has been, it has been a roller coaster ride for me as well. Because I realized, like, there has been moments where I felt, there has been moments where I've had the opportunity to expand myself, right? And to believe in my capabilities and getting to do some really interesting things, learning new experiences, going places I've not been before. While there has also been times when I felt like a big pile of horse shit.
Wow.
A big pile of shit. And like I felt, there were times when I felt like I could not go any longer and like I had nothing left to give anymore. There were times when I doubted myself and didn't believe in my potential. So one day I would feel like I'm on top of the world, like Jack in Titanic. And another day I would just feel like, horse shit. So it was like that.
I understand.
Some days were great, some days were it just sucked,
For me, last year was a year of personal growth and transformation. And now that I really think about it, I needed that space to reconnect with myself. And I'm sort of glad the year was kinder enough to help me to do so. To help me, to give me that opportunity. Our generation today advocates how we shouldn't merge ourselves to societal expectations, especially in the career building process.
Yeah.
But I think it's even harder when we try to imply it in our own lives.
Yeah.
And it was the same for me. During mid-year last year, I felt like I was wasting so much time. But I realized a lot of things which will be vital for me in the long run. So, listeners, if you relate with me, you know what? It's freaking okay to find yourself first and have a little fun along the way, as long as you keep moving a little every day.
Preach.
One thing I did was I kept my curiosity alive
Yeah.
and made sure I'm learning something important every day.
That's great. That's beautiful.
Because what we learn is our power, right?
Yeah.
I think as we grow up, we learn that so much goes unplanned.
Mm-hmm.
There are days when we'll be in a room with our favorite people, and there will be times when we could possibly despise the situation that we're at, right?
Yeah.
But we got to build more tolerance. That's what I felt. That's what I learned. Of course, that was something which I also required work on. But with time, I'm learning to react less, or at least react slowly. It's fun actually if we don't allow everything to control our mind too easily and too seriously, right? It's like starting a series where we don't really enjoy some episodes, but you still continue to know what's the end result.
Yeah, you keep moving forward.
And last year also taught me to break down and accept that I can go through days when I don't feel my best self. I'm learning that it's okay to not be at my best at all times, because we're only human after all.
Yeah.
And that's for both the mental and physical aspect. I've cared less, be it be me rocking the homeless look or dressing my best, because a girl's got to keep her balance, right?
True.
I've cared less about talking too less or talking too much. Both ways, I never mask myself to pretend about how I'm actually doing on the inside. It's freeing, honestly, to be our honest self.
So you've accepted your all kinds of forms about yourself.
Exactly.
In every aspect. In every wavelength.
Right.
The good and the bad and the in between. You're like, this is me, this is who I am. Right? That's beautiful.
And another important lesson was to cherish and be grateful for friendship. I had my moments to reconnect with some old friends, and I made some new mutual friends. Most of the time, they tended to my needs, and I relearned the importance of kindness, generosity, and authenticity. For someone like me who sucks at keeping tabs on friends, you know how I am, right?
Yeah.
It was such an important realization that
eye-opening experience.
I know. It was such an important realization that we ought to look out for each other.
Yeah.
Because people need people.
People need people. We do. We can only pretend for so long that I'm alone. I don't need anybody. I'm independent. But you're only fooling yourself. I'm sorry. Everyone needs somebody. Or
True.
Everyone needs everyone.
True.
That's what we are social animals after all. We cannot be alone. No one can be alone. I'm sorry. I can debate on it all night long, all day long, but no one is built to be alone.
I think as we grow up, we also learn that a lot of things does not work out the way that we want to. I mean, other than our personal aspirations, there's so much we cannot really do anything about, right?
I agree.
Hence,
I agree.
I think it's so much better to at least try to be chill by having more tolerance.
Yeah. I did have times like that last year when I thought I was prepared for the situation. I thought I was in control. But when it actually came down to dealing that situation, there was nothing I could do. It was totally out of my reach, and it was totally out of my control. And no matter how much prepared I thought I was, sometimes life is just, unexpected, and so many things can happen that you are never prepared for.
Right.
So I learned that, okay, I just gotta let it go. I just gotta chill. And I learned that I cannot control everything. No matter how much prepared I am, there will always be something that will come up that I'm not prepared for. I learned that too. It's beautiful.
And that's when you learn things best.
I mean, it's not beautiful in that moment.
It's a struggle.
Yeah, it's a struggle. But like looking back at it
but
now.
When there's no help, that's when I think we learn a lot.
Yeah,
because we're trying to figure out through the waves of challenges and
Yes.
just trying to swim about.
Yeah.
Figure it out by ourselves.
Yeah. And you learn more from the challenging times than the good times. It's the bad times that teaches you more than the happy, good ones,
True.
So as much as it sucks, I think if only you're up to it, there's so much that you can learn and you can take into the next season of life.
So yeah, that was my 2022 in a nutshell. And I'm looking forward to another opportunity this year. Another year for new lessons and growth.
Yep.
New painful situations.
Hopefully not much challenging as last year.
Yeah, like, don't test me anymore. But it's fine.
Like,
Fingers crossed.
enough of this character building shit. I've had in those aspects, I have also had similar experiences like you. And I've also learned that when I shared with people what I care about, what I'm interested in, then people provided me the opportunity to expand in that area. Right? For example, from some things that I love to do, one is to read and write. Right? So last year, when I shared my blog about river pollution on my socials, and people saw it, when people saw it, I was provided with the opportunity to meet and train with this amazing, knowledgeable, like-minded people on how to write stories that comes from your heart, while also at the same time advocating about the things that you care for, right? So the reason why I was blessed with that opportunity was because I shared with people what I believed in. I shared with people what I care for, what I stand for. So I realized that you need to tell people who you are. Like, it's not just about accepting who you are and accepting what you stand for and what you believe in, but you need to vocalize it. You need to shout about it. You need to scream about what you stand for, what you believe in. And when you do that, you meet people who are in the same community, of the same community.
You build a tribe.
Who believe in the same things that you believe in, and you work on it together. And together, you go out to the world and make the world a bit better. So, my blog was about river pollution because, as you know, we basically grew up in a river, by a river side, right? So when I saw the river that was close to my heart getting polluted, I had to do something about it. And maybe right now I cannot do big, but I thought, like, let me write about it. Let me at least do something and write about it. And when I did that and shared, people who believe in the same things like rivers, pollution, thought that, there's a substance in my work. And so they gave me this opportunity where I could do even better. And where I could meet these amazing people, which I did, and I learned a lot from them. And now I'm connected to this institution where they stand for water conservation, So, and now thinking about it, it only happened because I shared what I believed in. So I learned that you need to share people what you believe in. You need to stand for things that you stand for out loud without any hesitation. You need to be confident about who you are and talk about it, advocate about it, share about it. And when you do that, you attract people of the same feather. And you flock together towards success.
Wow.
Okay, that's a bit cringe, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the beginnings are always small, usually, right? But it gets amplified in the long run.
Yeah. And so now we
just gotta take that chance.
Take the chance. Now we have these amazing projects coming up this year. I'm very excited about it, which I will share eventually. And another thing that I learned last year was you eventually get what you desire. As in, like, I'm not saying this in a selfish way, like you always get what you want, not in that sense, but your deepest desires of your heart do actually come true, right? So I love this quote from The Alchemist, the book The Alchemist, right? So it says, "And when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you achieve it."
Yeah, I remember that line.
I read
line? It like thrice.
It's my favorite line of all times. I swear, I love this line. Anytime I tend to doubt myself, or anytime I wonder how it's gonna happen, when it's gonna happen, I go back to this line. Because so many times we try to take control of the situation and we go through all these equations, right? Okay, I'm in this place. How can this opportunity come to me when I'm in such an unreachable place? But I think it's not up to you to decide. When you want something and you put it out into the universe, it comes to you. But the trick here I learned is that you need to own your desire. You need to be unapologetic about it. You need to be unashamed about what you want. and you need to put it out, vocalize it. So some people, maybe they pray, right? Maybe some people write, some people can meditate. But whatever ways that you do, whatever tools you use to, put it out, just be vocal and trust universe, trust God, or whatever is that you believe. It will come to you. And you also need to learn to trust the outcome. So whatever happens, whether it's a yes or a no or a wait, you need to trust that whatever happens to you or whatever opportunity comes or does not come to you, it's all for the best. So I've learned that, I've manifested so many things that way, and I'm so grateful. And I can't believe to manifest more this year. I'm looking forward. I literally have a list.
Wow. Can't wait.
So yeah, you know what? I feel a bit funny talking about these things because, looking back at my journals last year, now it's New Year and it's a new month, and looking back at my journals starting from 2022 January till December, like there were times when I felt like life is not working out, and it was so challenging and so difficult. But looking back at it now, it's like I'm okay now. Like I've learned that back then I felt like this storm was too big. Back then I felt like this mountain was too high to climb. But now I'm like, it's okay. I'm okay in the end. I will make it. Here I am. So I've learned that no matter what kind of challenges that you go through, you still end up all right. You will still end up all right in the end.
Just gotta keep moving.
You just gotta keep moving. You still be
Slowly
okay. Like you
and
said,
steadily.
right? Like you experienced. So I also felt like, however you feel, some days you feel great, some days you feel don't, but still you'll be okay in the end. It's just, you just gotta keep moving. So that was it, basically, my year. A lot of things. But yeah, I learned a lot, and I think it's every year, or on a bigger picture, every year gives an opportunity to learn. And if only you are open to making yourself a better person, I think you can always take it to the next season of life. So I'm definitely going to try to apply. I will not say like I'm 100% because I'm only human.
Yeah. We're all learning.
We're all learning. But yeah, definitely looking forward to a good year. So thank you, everyone, for listening to our podcast, and we are sorry once again for ghosting. We will try to be consistent. That should be, our resolution this year. But being young and trying to figure out in life, like it's a little difficult to keep consistency in some things.
Yeah, true.
Because you and I, we both are trying to figure things out in life and all that. But as much as we can, we'll try to be consistent with our podcast. So thank you for listening. Hope you had a good year. If you didn't, hope you will have a great 2023. So happy New Year once again. Bye.